Hello, YouTube. I'm the Nomad756, returning with Dark Souls 2 Solo LP, Zero Axis Games today. A few things to mention. Most importantly is the fact that I have been farming off screen
Stand back.
to get some souls and level up the character a bit. Save
The name and you are
oh, sorry about that.
another useless traveler.
And just level up my character a bit and get him a bit more ready for the build we're going for, to talk a bit more about later. Right now I want to talk about Lenegrast.
Not roam around.
He's pretty interesting. His whole deal, I think I've talked about him, but I'm not sure. His whole deal is that he, as you can probably tell from what he's saying, is he's a hard-working man. He believes in sort of settling down
Do it quick.
and not moving about. So he's very unconventional. We're just gonna, as you can see, we can't reinforce our weapon right now. We don't have the Titanite shards, which is fine. We could buy him off him, but that'd be a waste of souls right now.
Don't waste my time.
Yeah, so Lenegrast has a distaste for you. We talked to Kale, and the first thing we're going to be doing today is going into the mansion. We have yet to beat the boss. I did a few runs of some bosses when I was farming with a friend, but most everything is still intact, save for, I'm going to have to talk about it a bit more when we get to Hyde's Tower of Flame. But now we're going to head into the mansion, or the house, or whatever. This is an interesting place to go. It's got a few things going on. We got a Ferris Lockstone here, which I already bought the one off Merchant Hag Melanch here as well. I brought some stuff off her, which is good because we'll need her for a very special ring to get later on. We just go into the back area. Now, from here you can go, of course, down into the basement, or you can go up here and get some special old items that are strewn about the house. None there. Where are we? There's a chest in here. Here it is. Here we are. It's right in front of my face. Oh, God. Oh, must be heavy. And we got 3 Titanite shards and a torch. And that is probably actually the perfect find. So we can go upgrade a fire longsword. With upgrading, it's... If you've got a particular build in mind, it is still worth like a particular weapon, I should say, that you don't get until later on in the game. It is still worth upgrading your starter weapons, because of course you won't have that weapon for a while, and it is most definitely still worth grabbing some stuff. Ooh. Oh yeah, we'll talk more about that later. That does have some significance a bit later on, not right now. For now, planning to fight the skeleton. Ah, come on, skeleton man. Face me. Oh, okay, we don't want to get too cocky. Come on, come on. There we go. Okay, now we pick up an item. We got a human effigy. Yay! We don't need to light that. That has some things going on about it. More importantly is this. This chest will apparently give you a random item from a pool, or a soul vessel. It'll give you. I think it gives a soul vessel from now on. It used to be that we got an Estus Flash Shard. Yay! That's a thing that we won't talk about just yet. A bit later. More plot stuff later. If you were playing this game before the DLC came out, that chest had special reskinned items. I'll show off later, way later down the line when we're close to the end, because I have other characters that have pretty much all of the reskinned items. We haven't... Huh. Did we talk to Shalqua? I don't think we talked to Shalqua. We don't need to talk to Shalqua yet. Right now, we're going to head back to the forest. We're going to level up our weapon, first of all. Firstly, we can get 2 levels with those Titanite shards we got. And we get 2. Whoops! That was close. Dumbass. Going there. And 1. And 2. Now, you need at least 6 of each level up item to get to the next stage of level up. So, you need 6 Titanite shards to go all the way to 4. You need 6 large to go to 8. You need... You need, you know what I was saying. For now, we're going to head to the Forest of Fallen Giants. Talk more about upgrading and stuff later, because right now we ain't going to super focus on this. On upgrading our weapons and gear that we have now, because they're going to be ditched fairly quickly after we get through the first few boss fights in this game. Fairly quickly. The weapon we're probably going to be going for through most of the game is in the uh, fourth area we're going to be visiting, which is an easier to get. So yeah, bought all the stuff with Merchant Hag. We're gonna summon this guy, Dracane STL. Ooh. We're gonna have to wait around for a bit because this game has shitty netcode. I'm gonna summon a guy, and we're gonna take an early attempt at the Pursuer boss. Now this will save us a shit ton of time, because it actually means that we won't have to. It pretty much means that we won't have to go through all of the Forest of Fallen Giants. We still will be, just because I prefer to finish off areas, but we won't have to. It won't be necessary until much later in the game where you have to return here for the sake of something. Hopefully he does spawn, because sometimes there's some issues. I can't talk to Merchant Hag and I can't rest. For now, we'll just go through some stuff. So yeah, I got some Sublime Blown Dust, as you can see, the +1 next to the Estus Flask. That means the Estus Flask will heal for more. I actually forgot to cache that Estus Flask shard, but oh well. Oh, here we are. And, of course, to be a nice guy, we always bow. Always bow. And he should be, yeah. Or she. Is that a he or she? I can't tell. Anyway. We head through here. And we'll avoid that fuck. He'll handle him. Luckily we got a magic cast, which is actually very useful considering our build is entirely melee focused right now. But our build is going to be a bit different later on. What I'm going for in terms of build is basically, and for those who are just joining us, build is basically, you know, the set path. The build we're going for is what I call a premium quality build. If you know Dark Souls builds, a quality, well, at least what I know of them, a quality build is a build where you pump 2 stats up to their soft caps. With a premium quality build, we're going to be pumping several stats, more than two, not all of them though. Basically, we're going to be getting our strength, our dex, and our int to their soft caps, and that's going to be our build. And we're just going to let him wail on him with magic while we keep his attention, waiting for our opening. The Pursuer's a pretty cool boss. I feel like there's too many of his types though, too many just large dudes. But he's cool, but he's also fairly easy. He has a lot of big, telegraphed, easily avoidable, high, like good, big hit window attacks that sort of make him a fairly easy boss fight if you just learn, obviously. Well, of course, we're having an easy time. He's a battle of attrition, really, this early on. Like, I could beat him by myself, but a summon is always a better idea. Oh, got greedy. Gotta get away before he does that third strike. That would have killed us. Okay, let this guy finish him off. We don't have to worry about it. Yeah! There we are. We bow to our good friend here. That might not have counted for his thing, would he? No, it didn't count. Okay, sweet. So we can take him into our next boss fight. Yay. We can do a few more things with him a boot. As you can see, the Pursuer was a boss that comes out later on, so we got plenty of souls. And having this guy around with us is actually going to make this area easier. But co-op isn't always the best option because there is a damage debuff when you co-op. If you do co-op, summon 2 people if you can, because the damage debuff's the same regardless of how many people are summoned in. So if you're going to co-op with 2 people. Oh, this room. Something I like about Dark Souls is, or at least this whole room, is that there's a way to sort of get the enemies to hurt each other, which I think is something that this game doesn't do enough of, is making the enemies a threat to each other just as much as they are a threat to you. Alright, the items there. I should probably grab those. We got a Great Soul Arrow, which is a magic thing, and we got a blue wooden shield, which is actually, I believe, a better shield than the one we currently have. And yeah, it is. It does 85 physical damage as opposed to 75, which makes this a better shield right off the bat. I'm going to go down here. We bought the Pharos Lockstone and we got one from the Mansion of Majula, so we shouldn't have a problem for what's down in this area. This is going to be a trap chest. I believe it's going to do arrows, so put your shield up. Don't ever dodge these. Always put your shield up. You'll never be able to dodge them properly because they fire off diagonally. And we got another shard, which is helpful as all hell. More importantly, the Pharos Lockstone. Oh. This is one of the few useful ones in the game. There's like 2 or 3 really useful ones. Anyway, that should get those. And of course, you can't open this door normally, but you can trigger the other enemies to open it. Haha. And we get our sword, and thrust, thrust, dodge. That's why you need a thrust, because there's always going to be a narrow... Oh, fuck. Oh. Like to get this guy in. Thrust it. Yeah. We open up this chest, and I believe... It's either a large Titanite shard, or... What is it? What is it? Large Titanite shard and the life ring, which is, again, another useful item. Now, we'll put our ring of blades on, which increases our physical damage. A life ring. Oh, and we got a ring, too, while we were doing some of the stuff up half to a boss. That basically limits our HP reduction when we hollow, which we haven't done yet, so... Then we just hit this. And... What we get? We got... Ooh, the anticipation. A Chloranthy ring. Another super useful ring. And a Titanite slab, I believe this is. Indeed it is. Now let's put on that Chloranthy ring, because that ring is a ring that's going to help us through the whole game. The Chloranthy ring, as you can see by this little green effect that's about us, basically makes it so we have enhanced stamina production now. My character has enhanced. His stamina regeneration is increased, I think by 20% for the base level ring, so you'll probably notice my stamina comes back up a lot faster, and this is going to make this game way easier. We'll get straight to the boss. We'll do Pate in a minute. Because we got a summon here, and I believe he is on a time limit, we might as well. Actually, no, we have to do Pate. Okay, we best do Pate. Okay, we best do Pate, because it's going to be required for a thing later on. Pate's a cool guy. Let's talk to Pate.
There. Traveling all alone
in
these treacherous times.
No, I have a summon right here.
Well, I hope you have a very good reason.
Indeed I do.
Oh, hogwash. Who am I to judge?
Indeed. You're all by yourself.
My name is Pate.
Pate.
I journey hither and thither on a sort
Thither
of
isn't a word,
treasure
douchebag.
hunt, you might call it.
So yes, he's a
careful
treasure
out
hunter.
there. There's talk of unsavory bandits who prey upon travelers like yourself.
Uh-huh.
Oh, yes.
Oh,
Be
yeah.
cautious
And this, he's
if
going
you
to
go
just
any
tell us
farther.
about this. Pate is usually in front of a room that
There's
you can't
treasure
get
in there
to,
for certain.
and
The
accessing it
entrance
is
locked from
dangerous,
behind.
but it's not trapped, so to speak. It's
I saw the
it's
same
clear it's not
design
him
earlier,
trapping them,
and it's the same
and he's warning you
contraption
about
I
them,
should
so it's just he's never,
I was with
he's
this
always
warrior,
sending
you see,
someone else in,
and he
you know.
insisted that he
It's,
go
Pate's a
inside
bit of a,
first.
Pate's got some stuff going on later that we'll talk about more.
The rather brusque fellow tried to swipe the lid from
Dragacane's
himself,
probably getting a bit
but
impatient.
trapped him inside.
Dragacane, STL.
I still have the gent's ring. I do hope he wasn't harmed.
Yeah, so we're going to meet that guy a bit later. Anyway, we're going to go in here. Hopefully it won't close on our friend there. Now this is basically a challenge area that will get us a fairly useful item later on. Fairly useful. Come on. And we got him. Luckily this guy's a sorcerer. This guy obviously started with a sorcery build. It isn't this wall. There are illusory walls in this game. Which I will show in a second. Where's our friend? Where's our friend? There he is. Oh. I don't really like fighting the shield hollow soldiers. They're a pain in the ass because obviously they can block, and they've got some weird telegraphs to their stabs and such. They're a bit of a bastard to fight. Just gonna pop a life gem. And grab this aromatic ooze, which is a special weapon gen. And yes, I'm aware. So yes, he was just showing us. Press X on certain walls in the game and they will disappear. Just like that. We can go in and we can grab our own special item in here. Our weapon's actually low on durability, so we might have to switch back to broadsword soon. A sorcerer's staff, which is a catalyst, which is what he was holding to shoot his magic earlier. So now we can do that. And I think after that we've cleared the area pretty much. I think there's no enemies out here, so we just clear our way. And we drop down to good old Pate. What's up, Pate?
Well, I hope that
Oh, we're just
brave
gonna skip
warrior
this.
didn't come a cropper either.
And he's talking about his friend and
Be careful out there.
talk of unsavory
There's talk of
bandits.
unsavory bandits who prey upon travelers like yourself.
And we talk to him again,
But you should take this.
and then he gives us small white soapstone. There we go.
To call out
That
their
allows
to one
us.
another.
That's what our friend
Cross
here
the
is using, a
fissures
small white
between
soapstone.
worlds.
That's why his summon sign was bigger than others
luck.
we would have seen. Okay, and now we can head off. We've talked to paid all we need to. We can head off. I'll use this life gem. Because we're going to make a run straight for the boss, considering. Turtle Knight here, he's a bitch to fight. Oh. But, if you can get them to hit, if you can get those firebomb tossers to hit those barrels, he's a fucking easy one. He's another big sort of... he's what a big problem where they have most of the... He's really representative of a big problem I have with most of the enemies in this game. Most of them are just, like, really big dudes who have big weapons and... You know, there's less weird creatures than there were in 1. Like, there are creatures that are just, like, sentient poop in 1. There's a whole boss that he's like, oh, it's just the runoff of sewage mixed with his hate just became a demon called Ceaseless Discharge. There's a lot more of that, a lot less of that in this one, I should say, and a lot more just dudes, which I kind of regret. It's exemplative in the bosses as well as the just the oh no, oh no. Okay, we got unlucky there. I should have kept moving. Oh, Dragocane. Oh, I'm so sorry, buddy. You didn't get the souls. Oh, it's fine. Oh. But no, we will, that's fine, we can recover from that fairly quickly. It's not a long journey. It's just one that... We could skip a lot of stuff. Forest of Fallen Giants isn't actually that large of an area. It's just very multi-tiered, which I kind of like. It's got a lot of layers and stuff and paths and stuff. There's like a whole path of the game we don't even have to explore until later on. There's a lot of stuff going on in this that I really like. Oh, we're just gonna... Swing. Oh no. That's why I don't like fighting these guys. They're weird. Their telegraphs are weird. Their moves are weird. It's like these enemies are really designed to be tough pretty much throughout the entire... Oh, damn you. Oh, and you'll notice that we aren't actually losing much health. Our health bar has gotten slightly shorter because we're hollowed out a little. But we haven't lost much health because we have that Ring of Binding on. We'll just get in here, and I forgot to grab something while I was here too, so... Might be just as well I died. Run through here. And an item. What do we get? Large Soul of Lost Undead. Another hard soul. What are we gonna do? We're gonna deal with this Turtle Knight. That's what we're gonna do. Give me. Now I can tank the hit. So I'll have to... Well, never mind. I tanked the hit. I might have to... use that one of these Divine Blessings for now. Because we don't want to use our life gems or Estus just yet. Divine Blessings are a useful healing item, more so later on. But they're not exceptionally... Oh, shit. Got that big overhead. Okay. Oh, no. Oh, got it. Okay. And then we just get into this area. So yeah, you'll see he was just about to do a big overhead. And most of his moves will just knock you on your ass every time. He's just not that fun to fight, because... I mean, even if you don't manage to avoid his character, that's, you know, if you're a blocking character, he is designed so that you sort of have to change up your strategy, which I do like. I do like when they make it so you don't have to just, you know, there's no optimum strategy in Dark Souls unless you're going for a quality build like we are, and even then, it's not. It's only optimum because it can do so many things. Like, you can't just stick with one thing in Dark Souls. That's really... Wait, okay, you can't just dodge, you can't just block. Although you can block more in this one than you could in Dark Souls 1, and that kind of, that's kind of, just do some inventory management by putting our freaking life gems on. We'll grab our souls as well, which are just up here. Always make sure you grab your souls before you do anything too risky. Now, as you can see, we're on an arrow. We want to move around him and get our back to a wall on a narrow pathway like this. You want to have your back to a wall and not, no matter how... You don't want to be standing on a cliff when you're here. Oh no, oh no, come on. Clutch it out, clutch it out. Swing. Oh, okay. I'm gonna cut this out. I'm gonna cut this run out. I'm gonna cut a few runs out. Oh, we made the same mistake twice. That was just a halberd on the sword. Or maybe I won't cut this out. This is part of the Dark Souls experience, it is. Oh, good God. We made the same mistake twice. I should have just... Now we'll have to make it again in order to get my souls. That's, sort of a big problem with the whole, recollect your souls. Now you can see our health bar is shorter. It's a little more obvious now. That's a problem with the whole, recollect your souls mechanic, I feel, in Dark Souls, is it kind of encourages you to make the same mistake twice, because your souls will always end up where you were. It was less so in Dark Souls 1, because they would be put... I think they would, like... It wouldn't always be exactly where you died. It's more exactly where you died here in Dark Souls 2, but they would be sort of near, but not exactly on where you died in 1, which would make it a bit less likely that you'd have to repeat the same dumb mistake twice. But yeah, in the mechanic itself, just as a whole, I feel, just encourages you to make this, it doesn't really discourage remaking mistakes, which I feel is, oh damn. Those are hard to dodge, because they've got, like, a weird... Come on, hit the goddamn barrels, you sons of bitches. Look, I'm right here. Nah, it didn't feel like doing it, apparently. Okay, well, we'll use one of our fucking regular life gems, because we're not going to be able to get through this area with slow health and the fire bombers, and come on. Do your thing. We want to get him out of the way. We want to get away from those fire bombers quick. Because they're just going to be an issue that we don't need to deal with when we're fighting this guy. He's got a lot of overheads, and a lot of his overheads have shockwaves that sort of... See how I'm slowed down whenever he does that? That's because there's a big shockwave on it. I have to tank that hit. Now, he will take down your stamina. At this point, he will always make you lose all your stamina. Oh no. And because we have a sword, we're actually not doing an incredibly... we're not doing the most damage we could out to him, because there's different kinds of damage in this game, and the sword we're currently using does slash. There's strike, slash, pierce, which... There's strike, slash, and pierce, which are the three I know for sure, and then there's, of course, all the different elementals and magic and blah, blah, blah. But, for slash, it's not great against armor, but it's good against flesh. So, enemies that are lightly armored or they're just animals will obviously take more damage from slash than most things. Thrust and strike are better for armor, but thrust I think is a middle ground, and strike is very much an armor-oriented thing. I wouldn't know. I don't really go for, like, the whole numbers game in Dark Souls like most do. We want to lure this guy, and we want to deal with this guy, actually. That's what we want to do. We want to deal with this guy first. We want to take this one step at a time. Got another life gem, so I'll pop one. I want to deal with this one step at a time. Come on. Just aggro him. Because his friend is going to drop behind me. Come on, aggro. I think his friend's about to drop. So we can deal with him, even if we can deal with the friend first. As long as we can deal with one of these blokes before the other one. Okay, we gotta hurry, otherwise his friend's gonna drop right behind us, which would not be advantageous. Okay, now we're on a narrow hallway, so we need a thrust! And because we had a thrust, we didn't just go swinging our body around. Because we have two hands, we can break his guard a little better. And there we go. Okay, sweet. Yeah, and also the different kinds of damage, the thrust and such, we just got a halberd there. Which is an alright weapon if you're going for a dex thing. It's not great, it doesn't have a great move set. It's an alright early weapon, but nah, moveset's not much chop. Okay, something very important. Crystal Lizard. He's gonna have upgrade items for us. Oh, come on. Oh, no. Oh, come on. Oh, one more. Oh, no. But he can... Oh, I got away. Okay, yeah. So Crystal Lizards can disappear. But if you kill them, they're a non-respawning enemy. They don't respawn. But if you kill them before they disappear, they do respawn if they disappear. They don't respawn if you kill them. I should make that clear. If you do kill them before they disappear, you get a bunch of upgrade materials. That's about it. Now we're going to... We're going to grab this. We're going to open up a very special shortcut. I'm going to head through, pop an effigy, and co-op the boss. Haha. So yes, the boss is just down those elevators back there. We're just going to bonfire up, make sure we don't... Going to effigy as well, so we can be at our max health. And... Just the bonfire. We're not going to worry about spending our souls, because we don't really need to right now. We could level up quite a few times, but we will buy some life gems, though, because we also need to spend more money in Merchant Hags for a very important reason. We will buy all your things, and I will buy one of those bright bugs, I will. Which, the bright bug, it comes more into play a little later. Let me talk to her now. And because we spent 10,000 souls, we're about to get one of the best rings in the game. The Covetous Silver Serpent Ring +1. Now, the Covetous Silver Serpent Ring, for those who don't know, is the ring that increases the amount of souls you get. Yeah, slowly times these are. They increase the amount of souls you get. So, if I place that ring on instead of my Ring of Binding, which I don't need anymore, fallen foes yield more souls. And that's just a... Yeah, I think it's the Ring of the God of Greed, it said there. So yes, now we will get more souls, not only from bosses, we'll get more souls from enemies, bosses, but not hard souls. Hard souls are always stay static. Actually, you can probably see there, I think we were only getting 90 before, now we're getting 108. It matters less on smaller enemies, but for bosses and such, it's a really very important ring to have. We're just going to go down here, and we're going to take on the boss. Ooh, it's going to be... that's really cool. It's like a... Ooh, something big's coming now, because it's a long elevator. Ooh. They use the whole long elevator thing to good effect in this game. Long ladders and long elevators are very important in games. If anyone who's played Metal Gear Solid 3 knows the whole Snake Eater, the Snake Eater ladder, Snake Eater, that whole thing, that was like it's a really cool moment. I really like the whole, you're climbing up or you're heading down to like a really important place, and there's sort of this length to it. And of course, we summoned my man, Pate. He's an NPC summon, so he's gonna be an NPC. We don't have to worry about bounding him or nothing. But here we are, our first official boss. The Last Giant. Really cool design, and a really cool boss when you really... His lore is really good, but his lore comes more into play a little later. So we won't talk too much about it at all. Basically, he's a giant, he's the last of them, and he is angry. Now, the Forest of Fallen Giants, of course, it was a war zone. It was a war zone where King Vendrick's forces fought the giants. That's what happened. Melentia tells you about it. It's where the giants sort of invaded and where there was a huge conflict, which is why it's all messed up. So obviously, Vendrick won, and this is one of his prisoners. And we're going to two-hand, because there's no point not to. You don't really need to block during this boss, because one, he doesn't actually do much damage when he does clip you, and for two, he won't clip you often. Most of his moves are arm swings, and, oh, well, he clipped me twice, but ignore that. Most of his moves are arm swings, which can be easily avoided if you stick to his feet, and, yeah, just learn the hitbox. He's not an exceptionally hard boss. Oh, tore off his own arm. But he is a cool design. But yeah, not really special as far as bosses go. You'll forget him just as quickly as most bosses in the well, not most bosses. You'll forget him just as quickly as any old FPS boss. Really, until later, and then later he becomes a cool guy again. For now, he's just a lame old boss, and we beat him. Easy as peasy. Easy as peasy. Victory achieved. And we got the Soul of the Last Giant and the Soldier Key, which will come more into play later. But for now, we will end this episode here. I was the Nomad756. This was Dark from Zero Axis Gaming. I will see you in the next one. Hope you have a good one.